Hi, today I'm doing this in English because I'm really excited to share it, and I'm doing the Monroe experience. It's Monroe meditation, and I'm not even done with it. I'm still practicing between wave 3 and 5, and I'm planning to jump to, not wave, sorry, the discover. I don't even remember the numbers because it's still pretty new for me, but the one that is really good that I'm enjoying a lot is the one that so you practice different breathing techniques, and we get rid of all of our negative thoughts. We put it in a metal container. Everything that doesn't serve us, we just put it away, which is great because some days I'm just like stuck on a thought all day thinking about something, and it doesn't help the glow journey. It doesn't help us glow and just thinking about the past. But anyways, so that experience helps me to just put everything inside this box for 30 minutes of my time. I just put it in this nice, lovely metal imaginary container, and it really helps me to shift my energy. Then after that, what's so cool that I'm saying we're doing because I'm doing it with this tape, which it feels like I'm doing it with somebody else. So thank you to the people who created this tape. Apparently the CIA used it too. I don't know, it's swirling around the internet, but you can check it yourself and see. To me, it's more important to try things out to see if it works for you. And for me, what I find so cool about it is that I get to meet my fear. How I understand it is that I meet my fear. Each fear covers something inside you. For example, my fear of, I won't talk about fears because, on camera it's not nice to talk about fears because we want to put them aside. But just to speak in general, if you have a fear, usually it's covering something really beautiful inside. So what this meditation does is that it helps you meet this fear, like slowly meet your fear, and you see what is actually covering behind this fear, something really beautiful and strong and courageous and powerful. And just in your mind, you practice being that version of you. Who would you be if you didn't have this fear in front of you? And then you just play with your imagination, because sometimes when the fear is so big, we don't even want to play with it in our mind, which is crazy. And the best way to ride over many fears is to make action. But sometimes even before the action in our mind, we tell ourselves that we couldn't do it. But the moment you can see it in your mind, that's the moment your body can start moving as well. I feel like that's the direction that manifestation goes. It's more on, once you can start seeing it in your mind, you can really cook it up in reality. And if you or I have seen different manifestors online, Oprah Winfrey is a great example, and or even what's his name, Jim Carrey said too. I think you can check his story, but he manifested his first million, but he couldn't have been that person without all of these thoughts he had of being that person. He was already there in his mind, and then his body moved with it. And so going back to this meditation, which I find so moving, I'm still on the first wave, so there's a lot of things I am discovering, but what's cool about it is that you really get to start being that person in your mind. Who is that person when you put the fears aside? What is it hiding, and who are you? Who is the real version of you? Because sometimes, I think most of the times fear is what gets in the way of who you can truly be. Your higher self, the higher version of you, basically. That's the version of you that you want to emulate and be. And sometimes the fear is what gets in the way. So this meditation, it's work, and it is valuable work. I think that and it's also mostly free. This meditation, top notch. And I'm not finished yet, so I hope to put an update here, but this is linking really well with this glow journey, with how you can, glow is basically from inward outward. So this is really helpful. And what is the best thing we can possibly do for ourselves every day is to become a little bit better, be a little stronger, be a little wiser. Every day get better, and every day like living in the version of you that is fearless. We all have fears, but if you can be in the version of you that doesn't have this, who would you be? What would you do? How would you move? How would you feel? What decisions would you make? Probably be different, totally different. You would move in a different way, and you would move in a different energy. Because you move in this different energy, everything around you would change. And then, because everything around you is changing, it becomes so exciting to be that version of you that you don't stop, and you keep continuing to improve and improve until you meet the future you, and you're a totally different version, the new and improved, amazing version. It doesn't mean that right now it's not good. It just means that we can always be better, and we can always keep bringing our vibrations higher and higher and higher. And before you know it, you are that version of you that you've always dreamed of, and then you keep dreaming more, and you keep expanding, and then you become superhuman in the end. Or even more than what words can describe. Maybe the words that I'm using right now are not enough to describe the version of you that you will become. So anyways, that's what excites me about this meditation, and that's why I like to go back to it and keep going back to it. And I get excited to do it because I feel that I get to expand who I am, and I don't know, I find that exciting. Let me know what you think, and I wish you a great day.